Jai Hind everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel, which is Explore Yourselves, Banking and General Knowledge, etc. Jai Hind, your daily boost, Tithi Nakshatra and important anniversaries, a spiritual and historical insight of 10th January 2025, Friday, Bengali date 25 পৌষ 1431. As per Benivadh Tafsil Punjika, today's Tithi Shukla Ekadashi and up to 0938 hours and after that Shukla Dadashi. Today's Nakshatra is Kritika Nakshatra and up to 1336 hours and after that Rohini Nakshatra. Today is 10th day of the year. There are then 355 days left in 2025. Today is second Friday of 2025. Today is Toilang Sami Jayanti. Toilang Sami 1607 to 1887 CE was a great Hindu yogi who has divine powers. For most of his life, Toilang Sami stayed in Varanasi, India. It is believed that Toilangsamy was an incarnation of Lord Shiva, due to which few disciples referred him as the walking Shiva of Varanasi. Toilangsamy lived a very long life of around 280 years. Toilangsamy was also known as Telangsamy or Toilangasamy. Toilangsamy was born in Hulia at Vijayanagaram in Andhra Pradesh. His parents, the devotees of Lord Shiva, named him Sivarama. His parents died when he was 40 years old. After death of his parents, he renounced the society and did spiritual practice for 20 years. Later he went on a pilgrimage. It is believed that he reached Prayag in 1733 and got settled down in Varanasi in the year 1737. His birth anniversary is celebrated as per Hindu lunar calendar and falls on Ekadashi Tithi in the month of Poush during Shukla Paksha. The day of his birth anniversary coincides with Posaputra Ekadashi. Today is Vaikuntha Ekadashi. Vaikuntha Ekadashi falls during Dhanur solar month in Hindu calendar. Dhanur month or Dhanurmasa is known as Margaji month in Tamil calendar. Vaikuntha Ekadashi is Shukla Paksha Ekadashi out of two Krishna Paksha and Shukla Paksha Ekadashis in a month. Vaikuntha Ekadashi is observed according to solar calendar and because of that it might fall either in Margashirsa or in Posa month in Hindu lunar calendar. In Gregorian calendar, there might be none, one or two Vaikuntha Ekadashis in a year. Benefits: Vaikuntha Ekadashi is also known as Mukoti Ekadashi. It is believed that Vaikuntha Dharam or the gate of Lord's inner sanctum is opened on this day and devotees who observe fast on Vaikuntha Ekadashi attain salvation by going to heaven. Vaikuntha Ekadashi is very important day for Tirumala Venkateswara temple at Tirupati and Sri Ranganatha Swami temple at Srirangam. Vaikuntha Ekadashi is known as Sargavatil Ekadashi in Malayalam calendar, followed by people of Kerala. Today is World Hindi Day. World Hindi Day, also known as Vishwa Hindi Divas, aims to raise awareness about the language, promote its use, and celebrate the contributions of scholars and writers in this language. To increase the importance of Hindi around the world, every year on 10th January, World Hindi Day is celebrated. Today is death anniversary of Mr. Jyotindra Mohan Tagore, 16th May 1831 to 10th January 1908. Maharaja Bahadur Sir Jyotindra Mohan Tagore was a theatre enthusiast, art lover, and philanthropist from Bengal region of the Indian subcontinent. Today is death anniversary of Mahatma Shishir Kumar Ghosh, 1840 to 10th January 1911. Shishir Kumar Ghosh, also spelled Shishir Kumar Ghosh, was an Indian journalist, founder of the Amrit Bazar Patrika, a Bengali language newspaper in 1868, and an independence activist from Bengal. He started the India League in 1875, at, intending to stimulate the sense of nationalism amongst the people. He was also a Vaishnavite, remembered for writings on mystic saint Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Gauranga, and for penning a book on him titled Lord Gauranga or Salvation for All in 1897. He also writes several biographies, for example, Narottam Charit, He was one of the first batch of students who passed the first entrance examination of Calcutta University in 1857. Today is death anniversary of Dr. Sampurnananda, 1st January 1891 to 10th January 1969. Sampurnanand was an Indian teacher and politician who served as the second Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh from 1954 until 1960 and later as Governor of Rajasthan. Serving for 5 years and 344 days, he had the longest single tenure of any Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister until surpassed by Yogi Adityanath in 2023. Born in Varanasi, Sampurnanand was a respected scholar of Sanskrit and astronomy. During the Indian independence movement, Sampurnanand participated in the non-cooperation movement. He worked as an editor for Maryada, a Hindi newspaper founded by Madan Mohan Malviya, and contributed frequently to the National Herald. His political career began in 1922 when he joined the All India Congress Committee and was subsequently appointed Minister for Education of Uttar Pradesh. Following India's independence, Sampurnanand was elected to the Uttar Pradesh Legislative Assembly and selected as Education Minister. During his tenure, he devised plans for the establishment of an astronomical observatory at the government Sanskrit College in Varanasi, which in 1974 was named after him as Sampurnanand Sanskrit Viswavidyalaya. Sampurnanand became Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh in 1954 and served for nearly 6 years until he was asked to step down following a political crisis in the UP government. As Chief Minister, Sampurnanand continued to promote the use of the Hindi language and passed a ban on the slaughter of cattle against the wishes of the then Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru. Following his resignation, he became Governor of Rajasthan in 1962, where he advocated for the open prison system in which prisoners were allowed to live with family and work. Today's death anniversary of Mr. David Bowie, 8th January 1947 to 10th January 2016. David Robert Jones, known professionally as David Bowie, was an English singer, songwriter, musician, and actor, regarded as one of the most influential musicians of the 20th century. Bowie was acclaimed by critics and musicians, particularly for his innovative work during the 1970s. His career was marked by reinvention and visual presentation, and his music and stagecraft has had a significant impact on popular music. Bowie developed an interest in music from an early age. He studied art, music, and design before embarking on a professional career as a musician in 1963. He released a string of unsuccessful singles with local bands and the self-titled solo album 1967 before achieving his first top 5 entry on the UK singles chart with Space Oddity 1969. After a period of experimentation, he re-emerged in 1972 during the glam rock era with the flamboyant and androgynous alter ego Ziggy Stardust. The character was spearheaded by the success of Starman and its album The Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars, both 1972, which won him widespread popularity. In 1975, Bowie's style shifted towards a sound he characterized as plastic soul, initially alienating many of his UK fans but garnering his first major US crossover success with the number one single Fame and the album Young Americans, both 1975. In 1976, Bowie starred in the cult film The Man Who Fell to Earth and released Station to Station. In 1977, he again changed direction with the electronic infected album Low, the first of three collaborations with Brian Eno that came to be known as the Berlin Trilogy. Heroes 1977 and Lodger 1979 followed. Each album reached the UK top 5 and received lasting critical praise. After uneven commercial success in the late 1970s, Bowie had three number one hits: the 1980 single Ashes to Ashes, its album Scary Monsters and Super Creeps, and Under Pressure, a 1981 collaboration with Queen. He achieved his greatest commercial success in the 1980s with Let's Dance 1983. Between 1988 and 1992, he founded the hard rock band Tin Machine before resuming his solo career in 1993. Throughout the 1990s and 2000s, Bowie continued to experiment with musical style, including industrial and jungle. He also continued acting. His roles included Major Jack Cilliers in Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence 1983, Jared the Goblin King in Labyrinth 1986, Philip Jeffries in Twin Peaks, Fire Walk with Me 1992, Andy Warhol in the biopic Basquiat 1996, and Nikola Tesla in The Prestige 2006, among other film and television appearances and cameos. He is touring after 2004 and his last live performance was at a charity event in 2006. He returned from a decade-long recording hiatus in 2013 with The Next Day and remained musically active until his death from liver cancer in 2016. He died 2 days after both his 69th birthday and the release of his final album Black Star. During his lifetime, his record sales, estimated at over 100 million worldwide, made him one of the best-selling musicians of all time. He is the recipient of numerous accolades, including 6 Grammy Awards and 4 Brit Awards, often dubbed the chameleon of rock. Due to his constant musical reinventions, he was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1996. Rolling Stone ranked him among the greatest singers, songwriters, and artists of all time. As of 2022, Bowie was the best-selling vinyl artist of the 21st century. Today is death anniversary of Mr. Sinclair Lewis, 7th February 1885 to 10th January 1951. Harry Sinclair Lewis was an American novelist, short story writer, and playwright. In 1930, he became the first author from the United States and the first from the Americas to receive the Nobel Prize in Literature, which was awarded for his vigorous and graphic art of description and his ability to create, with wit and humor, new types of characters. Lewis wrote 6 popular novels: Main Street 1920, Babbitt 1922, Aerosmith 1925, Elmer Gantry 1927, Dot 1929, and It Can't Happen Here 1935. Several of his notable works are critical of American capitalism and materialism during the interwar period. Lewis is respected for these strong characterizations of modern working women. H. L. Mencken wrote of him, "If there was ever a novelist among us with an authentic call to the trade, it is this red-haired tornado from the Minnesota Wilds." Today is death anniversary of Mr. Alexander Robert Thus Todd, Baron Todd of Trumpington, 2nd October 1907 to 10th January 1997. Alexander Robertus Todd, Baron Todd of Trumpington, was a distinguished Scottish biochemist and Nobel laureate. He is best known for his groundbreaking work in the chemistry of nucleotides and nucleic acids, the building blocks of DNA and RNA, which are fundamental to genetic material. Nobel Prize in Chemistry, 1957. Todd was awarded the Nobel Prize for his work on nucleotides and nucleotide coenzymes. His discoveries were crucial for the understanding of how nucleotides form the genetic code in DNA and RNA, laying the foundation for later breakthroughs in molecular biology and genetics. Today is death anniversary of Mr. Jaroslav Seifert, 23rd September 1901 to 10th January 1986. Jaroslav Seifert was the Czech writer, poet, and journalist. Seifert was awarded the 1984 Nobel Prize in Literature for his poetry, which endowed with freshness, sensuality, and rich inventiveness, provides a liberating image of the indomitable spirit and versatility of man. Today is death anniversary of Mr. Oliver Smithage, 23rd June 1925 to 10th January 2017. Oliver Smithage was a British American geneticist and physical biochemist. He is known for introducing starch as a medium for gel electrophoresis in 1955 and for the discovery, simultaneously with Mario Capici and Martin Evans, of the technique of homologous recombination of transgenic DNA with genomic DNA, a much more reliable method of altering animal genomes than previously used, and the technique behind gene targeting and knockout mice. He received the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine in 2007 for his genetics work. Today is birth anniversary of Mr. Sune K. Bergstrom, 10th January 1916 to 15th August 2004. Carl Sune Detloff Bergstrom was a Swedish biochemist. In 1975, he was appointed to the Nobel Foundation Board of Directors in Sweden and was awarded the Louisa Gross Horwitz Prize from Columbia University. Together with Bengt I. Samuelson, he shared the Nobel Prize in Physiology and Medicine with Bengt I. Samuelson and John R. Venn in 1982 for discoveries concerning prostaglandins and related substances. Bergström was elected a member of the Royal Swedish Academy of Sciences in 1965 and its president in 1983. In 1965, he was also elected a member of the Royal Swedish Academy of Engineering Sciences. He was elected a foreign honorary member of the American Academy of Arts and Sciences in 1966. He was also a member of both the United States National Academy of Sciences and the American Philosophical Society. Bergstrom was awarded the Cameron Prize for Therapeutics of the University of Edinburgh in 1977. In 1985, he was appointed member of the Pontifical Academy of Sciences. He was awarded the Illis Quorum in 1985. In 1943, Bergstrom married Maj Jarnard. He had two sons, the businessman Rurik Rinstrina and with Maj Garnand, and the evolutionary geneticist Bhante Pavo, winner of the 2022 Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine, from an extramarital affair with Karin Pavo, an Estonian chemist. Both were born in 1955, and Rudik learned about the existence of his half-brother Bhante only around 2004. Thank you very much for your patience.